What was that? I don't know.
You're getting away. I'm telling you this now.
Yeah, I know it's a good outfit, but I don't particularly like it. It's too white. Too funky. So let's change back to something I do like. It looks okay.
What are you doing? Tell us where Bronson went.
Fine. Okay, where am I and what am I doing? Okay. Probably do that. Let's fast travel. There we are. That's me. Boom! And where am I going? Right? Progression. So I have 3. Those are just about done.
Read all about it! Relations between Gladstone and Disraeli
Just see what I can find.
Gladstone predicts
Okay. What do I have for collectibles left?
Stop that thief! Someone help me!
Like that?
I'll gut you!
What is the commotion?
special.
Okay, up we go. And let's go get this. Do this one. The bodyguard. Oh, warn the Prime Minister. Fine, passes.
So much for the house call. I have to find a way into that carriage.
Oh, bugger. 10 Downing Street. Despite being known around the world as the official residence of the Prime Minister of Great Britain, it wasn't until 1908 that the Prime Ministers were legally required to live at 10 Downing Street. The street was named after George Downing, a man who served as Oliver Cromwell's chief of intelligence during the English Civil War. When the monarchy reclaimed power at the end of the war, Downing used his powers of persuasion to avoid execution and pledge his services to King Charles II. The first residence built on the site of 10 Downing Street was the home of Sir Thomas Kinnivet, which was given to him by Queen Elizabeth in 1581. Kinnivet's greatest accomplishment was arresting Guy Fawkes and foiling the terrorist attack on Westminster Palace. I guess that's worth a house. Now, the first Prime Minister to reside at 10 Downing Street was Sir Richard Walpole. King George II offered Walpole the house as a gift in 1732, but Walpole only accepted the offer on the condition that 10 Downing Street become the official residence of the Prime Minister. Because nearly all Prime Ministers preferred to live in their own homes, 10 Downing Street fell into disrepair over time. By the time Benjamin Disraeli was elected Prime Minister in 1868, the home was, in his words, dingy and decaying. Disraeli convinced Parliament to pay to renovate the residence, although Disraeli had to pay out of pocket to refurbish the private rooms.
Hit him harder! There's a break!
Fine, we will restart that. Go rushing in. Go rushing in like a fool. Should really change that title, shouldn't I? Uh-huh. Okay, wait till they go away. Don't go rushing in like a fool. Wait till they go the other way.
What's the meaning of this? Who the devil are you?
Prime Minister, I'm your new bodyguard, Jacob Fry.
I wasn't informed of any new bodyguard. Who's your commanding officer?
Let the boy speak, Dizzy.
Madam, apologies. But we've learned of a threat on your life. And the Met thought it best to move quickly.
Threat? What sort of threat?
That sort. Well, if you excuse me a moment.
Where'd they come from?
Where are they?
He's not working.
Yeah, I know they're under attack. Tell me something I don't know.
Well, I've had enough of this.
He's a feisty one.
No more.
This is your last round. Push and saw any chance you. You'll pay for that.
Down you go. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
See here. What's all this?
Not so fast, Your Excellency.
Another carriage chase.
Hey! Get back here with that Prime Minister! Oh!
I'll break you in half.
Everyone all right?
We seem to have come through unscathed. You have our thanks, Mr. Fry.
It was Gladstone. I bet my life on it. This is perfectly in keeping with his distinct lack of character. Show yourself, Gladstone! Show yourself, you feckless muck snipe!
Well, he's hardly going to be in the van with a cudgel, Dizzy.
I'm not very fond of him, is he? Politics. Nasty, nasty, nasty.
Damn
I'm
Gladstone!
sure that's not what I would
Bloody
wear.
man! He will pay for this!
Thank you. What do you intend to do about Gladstone, young man?
I assure you, Madam, Gladstone is innocent in this.
But he tried to kill my husband.
Well, we'll look into Gladstone. Perhaps you can help me with another inquiry, Madam. A gentleman with ties to Parliament, older, wears cavalry uniforms and has a large mustache.
You seem like a rough and ready sort of fellow, Mr. Fry.
Well, yes I am, actually.
And are you familiar with the poorer districts of our city?
Roughly.
Wonderful. As it happens, I've been eager to tour the Devil's Acre. If you were to escort me, I'd be happy to assist you in your inquiry.
That strikes me as a dangerous idea.
Then it's settled. Come back here to Downing Street tomorrow night, 8 o'clock sharp. Good day, Mr. Fry.
But I...
Good day, Mr. Fry.
Gold red cloak. Pretty sure that's not the one I wanted to have on. Got a gun, yep. Belt, yep. Oh, it is that one. Well, I don't like that one. Fine. Go to Fuchsia. Oh, what's the other database entry there? Encyclopedia. People. Other people. Allies. Benjamin Disraeli. Date of birth December 1804. A novelist, a dandy, and a man practiced in law. Benjamin Disraeli, albeit surprisingly, came to be one of Europe's leading statesmen. The first and thus far only Jewish-born Prime Minister of England, Disraeli became famous for shaping the modern Conservative Party and for his feud with William Ewart Gladstone. Disraeli was born in London in 1804 to Isaac and Maria When Benjamin was 12 years of age, Isaac converted his family to the Anglican Church following a dispute with the local synagogue. Later, Benjamin would further anglicize his name from Disraeli to Disraeli. When he went to work for Maple's law firm in 1821, although his exact motivations are unknown, possibly got fed up with spelling it out for people. Before entering the House of Commons, Disraeli dipped his toe in the waters of both literature and the stock exchange. He was fortunate that it was his only toe, too. It was only his toe, too, because he found himself both a critical failure and massively in debt, and he suffered a nervous breakdown. Still, despite it all, he finally found his way into Parliament in 1837, gaining a seat in the Conservative Party. It was during this period that he forged his lifelong rivalry with Gladstone. In 1839, Disraeli married Mary Ann Lewis for what was thought by many to be financial reasons, but the couple at least grew to love each other and remained bound until her death in 1872. Dizzy married me for money, Mary once stated, but if he had the chance again, he would marry me for love. Disraeli became Prime Minister for the first time in 1868, but failed to win that year's election. He held the opposition to majority once again in 1874, becoming Prime Minister for a second time with a reign lasting 6 years. Suffering from gout and severe asthma, Disraeli died in 1881. Queen Victoria, with whom he had made good friends over the course of his political tenure, was distraught by his passing, but due to the royal protocol was forbidden from attending his funeral. Mary Ann Disraeli, born 1792, older than her husband. Mary Ann Disraeli, née Viney, Viscountess Beaconsfield, was a prominent figure in British high society throughout much of the 19th century. She married Benjamin Disraeli in 1839, shortly after her first husband passed away, and was his constant companion, friend, and advisor until the day she died. Her affectation of a silly, scattered-brained demeanor and a penchant for saying the sort of thing that made proper Victorians waggle their mustaches disapprovingly masked a keen political mind, and between the two of them it was joked that Benjamin married her for money, but do it again for love. This is rather more charming if you realize that Marianne was quite skint when they married. It should be noted, though, that the Disraelis, both of whom were romantics to the core, had rather a trying marriage at first. Benjamin had his extensive debts for her for years, and both felt the sting of public disapproval. The Victorian tabloids made today's bat boy sightings and illegitimate alien love children look downright reputable. Rather than wallow in misery as is the English way, the pair once again flouted convention by working out their problems and strengthening the relationship until their marriage became the storybook romance of which they both dreamed. In 1868, when Queen Victoria wanted to raise Disraeli to the nobility, but he preferred to stay in the House of Commons, Mary Ann leapt upon the proverbial grenade and was dubbed Viscountess Beaconsfield. As ever, she made waves for her refusal to abide by the accepted standards of Victorian society. At court, her outfits frequently outdid the Queen's, and once she joined the ranks of nobility, she seized on every opportunity to show up the ladies who had once scorned her. Yet she was also active in many charitable causes, organizing aid for the less fortunate. She also put her keen political mind to work on the campaign trail with her husband, winning hearts and minds through sheer baby-kissing determination. By the time of her death, the Disraelis were celebrated throughout Britain as a shining example of the joy, contentment, contentment and success upon a proper union could bring. Marianne Disraeli is buried along with her husband, who outlived her by several years, at the Church of St. Michael and All Angels in Hugden, Buckinghamshire. William Gladstone. Known as the People's William by his supporters, which was to be one of the weirdest nicknames I've ever heard, William Ewart Gladstone was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom 4 times and ranked one of the greatest Prime Ministers of all time. Born in Liverpool, young Willie was the 5th of 6 children born to Mary, to Anne Mackenzie and Sir John Gladstone. He attended Christ Church at Oxford, where he studied mathematics and classics, served as president of the Union Debating Society, and became an advocate for Toryism. Gladstone was elected to Parliament in 1832. In the House of Commons, he was a member of the High Toryism and opposed the abolition of slavery. Eek. Later, when slavery was abolished, he helped his father collect over £100,000 from the government for having owned over 2,000 slaves across 9 plantations in the Caribbean. During his time in Parliament, he met and began to despise his lifelong rival, Benjamin Disraeli, appalled by his foppish attire. Whereas he excelled at the House of Commons, he struggled in his social life. Gladstone had a difficult time finding a wife. After being rejected by both Caroline Eliza Farquhar and Lady Frances Harriet Douglas, he met the charming Catherine Glynn. The two were later married and stayed together for 59 years until he passed away, because 59 years must have been tiring. In 1840, Gladstone took it upon himself to rescue and rehabilitate prostitutes, a practice he continued for the next several decades, despite the backlash from his peers. After leaving and returning to England to Parliament several times, Gladstone served as the Chancellor of the Exchequer in 1859 and later of the Liberal Party in 1868. He served his first premiership later that year until 1874 and then promptly retired. Angry with Disraeli's changes during his retirement, he returned to the Parliament and served another 3 times as Prime Minister, 1880 to 1885, 1886, and 1892 to 1894. Unlike his rival, Gladstone was known for his poor relations with Queen Victoria. She is quoted as having complained about him, saying, "He always addresses me as if I were a public meeting." William Gladstone died of heart failure in old age in 1898 and was buried in Westminster Abbey. His wife later laid next to him. After she died too, I mean. Not funny, universe, not funny at all. Geez, what you find in there? Stalin's been locked in his room for hours. I can't find the whiskey, and I'm pretty sure I hear crying. R.C. Desmond the dog. I read that one. Okay. Now what do I want to do? Look at the chest that's next door here. What's that? Another database? Way too many database entries in this section. Dover House. Since 1885, this mansion has been at the home of the Scotland Office, a government department under the umbrella of the Department of Justice dedicated to the needs of the Scottish people, which is mainly whiskey and umbrellas. The house was built in 1755 by Sir Matthew Featherstone Huff, a member of Parliament. Featherstone Huff died in 1774, possibly from a lifelong illness called having to constantly keep spelling out my name for people fatigue. And his widow sold the property to Prince Frederick, Duke of York, in Albany 13 years later. The prince renovated the mansion, giving the mansion its signature portico and circular hall, before trading in the property for Lord Melbourne's home in Piccadilly in 1792. The mansion, which was then known as Melbourne House, wasn't given the name Dover House until 1831, when George James Wilbur Agar Ellis, another sufferer of name spelling fatigue, who had just purchased the mansion the previous year, was given the much easier title of Baron Dover. Agar Ellis and his son would be the last private owners of Dover House before the government made it the Scotland Office. did walk right past it, didn't I? Got decided what I want to do. Well, I think I kind of want to do that. And to do that, I want to be Evie. And I do believe I've got a new cloak. Gold red cloak. Great. How many helix points do I have left? 5.
Gotta go.
Let's go liberate some children.
Here now.
Okay.
Remember the last girl who succumbed to laziness? Locked herself in the laundry room for an entire day before we found her. Locked herself in the laundry room for an entire day before we found her. But she couldn't escape the ringer, and she rolled out the other side as flat as kneaded dough. But she couldn't escape the ringer, and she rolled out the other side as flat as kneaded dough.
Okay, up we go. Anyone on this level? Not that I can see. There's the chest because it's right there.
Sure, not street.
Would you like to meet with such a yammering?
So Kitty is there.
Remember the last girl
Kitty's there.
who succumbed to laziness? Locked herself in the laundry room for an entire day before we found her.
Oh, shit!
What's going on? We'll be alright.
And the boss is dead.
Look sharp. I will be back.
Are you working for Chloramis?
I am.
She shouldn't be here! Intruder! She's right there!
Hang in there.
You got this!
Okay. Any more in this building? No, doesn't look like it. Evil laugh. 101.
Don't take another step.
Okay, let's go over. Oh, I thought I've got those. I thought I freed them all.
Oh, what are you doing, Miss?
Oh, down there. Fine.
Don't worry. You won't be doing this much longer.
We owe you one!
Where's the frickin' bell? Ay, ay, ay. Up the stairs. Up the stairs, Evie. And over to the other building. Yep, there we go. Knew there was one in here somewhere. Where are the kidlets? Over there? Oh no, it's right below me. Oh, now you're dead. Got you out of my hair.
You'll be all right. Trust me.
Thank you, miss. We need help.
Yep, you're all free. Yay me! Yay, yay, yay me. Another area free. Okay.
Tear those bloody fry twins apart and bring me the pieces!
Where's the last one? Oops. I could kill my own guy, but whatever. Okay. Oh, there it is. Four left. Inventory. What did I just get? Okay, fine. Inventory. Oh, brass knuckles. Eagle Slender brass knuckles. Which I don't really use. Gear. Ooh. Present day.
Isabel, what brings you here?
I came to gloat, actually. Look at this data.
A sage.
It gets better. Check his patrilineal line.
Let's see. Patrilineal line. 19th century American Midwest. 18th century American Revolution. 16th century Ottoman Empire. 15th century Italian Renaissance. Oh my God. You don't mean...
Yeah. The best part? His mother just walked him into one of your new clinics in New York City.
I'd really like to strip him for parts like we did with Subject 17.
Oh, no, you don't. You had your chance with the Shroud. This asset is mine, and I won't be a party to the needless mutilation of a 10-year-old boy. It's inhumane.
So what do you plan to do with him?
Given his unique lineage, I think we should put him into an animus for the next 50 years. Think of the data we could extract.
That's terribly old-fashioned. In any case, we should send Sigma team to recover him.
No. I'm going to keep an eye on him for now. We'll collect him when the time is right.
Ah, it's not a very nice thing to do to a 10-year-old boy. Okay, up the flag. Up the building.
She's here! Done for! I've got a shot!
Got a problem here. I'm with you.
Stop her! We'll take them together!
Careful! This one's mine!
I'm taking the shot!
Remember your training and subdue her. It's the dungeons for you.
I want to say there's something with the hats. I could be wrong. So, fancy. Progress tracker. So I have 2 left. 1. None. All done. 1. 1. 1. And then whatever's there. So 21. 3. 3. 1. 2. 4. 5 rather. No. Let's go do the Templar hunt. Find the store first. Where am I at for the various associates? Henry, I've got Clara's done. Robert. Oh, look, there's a store right there. On the other side. I am really close to being done. And then I don't know if I'm going to play for the next week.
I hope everything was to your satisfaction.
Yes, it was. Thank you very much. After I get the Templar hunt done, I'll hijack the carriage.
Murder them all. Who infest our streets deserve only death. It's up to me to restore the purity to the city. Only the Templar Order can restore this city to its untainted glory. Anyone witness this? Come forward. She can't have simply vanished. Can I get my hands on you?
I'm not there. Bone.
This one's long gone. Help! There's been a man! My word! Help!
Everyone come quick! There's a killer here!
There's been a murder! Murder!
Okay.
Over here!
I don't understand. Why? I do
Come
that to
quickly!
someone.
It's a murder!
The cruelty. It's ungodly. Aren't we better than that?
There!
Mr. Goldwyn's wrong.
Looks like this one
We
sprung
ain't
their mortal
animals.
coil.
I know a dead body when I see it.
To infest our streets deserve only death. It's up to me to restore the purity to the city.
It's murder! Help!
Good God,
Come quickly! It's a murder!
we should have been it. There's been a murder!
I wonder who she's hiding from.
And there we go. Over to the next one. And now I've got that area free. Nope. Still no. Yep. So I have two. Which I don't know where they are. Let's see what's in this Belgrave Square. So if I was a flower, that'd be a good place to be a flower. Told you if I was a flower, that'd be a good place to be a flower. Locations. Belgrave Square. Before 1820, Belgrave Square was a rural farming area between the city of London and the nearby village of Knightsbridge. Considered a swamp and a haven for dogfighters, the land was developed by the landowners in collaboration with the high and mighty Grosvenor family to create an expansion of London. The project was completed in 1825. The corners of this 10-acre square correspond with the 4 points of the compass. The largely uniform houses that line the square have been occupied by many notable English people, including ambassadors, politicians, and perhaps most famously, Queen Victoria's mother, the Duchess of Kent. I bet Bin Day was fun. Hello, Duchess. My, that's a lot of bottles for recycling. Persian iris. Iris persica. A message. There's more than 30 species of iris, both bulbous and with other roots. From their brilliant and diversified colors resembling those of the rainbow, these beautiful flowers have been named after the messenger of the gods. It is well known that the fair iris was the bearer of good news only. Okay. Hello, how are you? How is your evening treating you?
There must be something of interest here. If you're pleased,
Keep that carriage away from me, or there'll be trouble.
Oh, what do I want to do? Let's go and steal that carriage.
don't take
Oh, a board isn't necessarily good.
What is being hidden?
Of course, board can drive a lot of things, some good, some bad. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Sometimes with these hijack missions, that's the best way to do it, is just to kill a few, barrel your way through it, and then try not to break every single fucking tree on the way to wherever you're going. And I'm not very good at the tree thing. I oversteer something fierce. I know you see me.
Faster! Slowly now. Come on! Move it!
Where are we going?
Easy go. Come on! Faster! Come on!
Way too many little bits. Oh.
Slow down.
Okay, done. Oh, I'm very good at destruction when I'm driving. I'm very good at destruction when I drive things.
Anyone, give us a penny. Thought I told you not to come to.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna have to do some other stuff with her, aren't I? Fine, we'll go kill some boat things. I particularly want to, but I want to get the final thing for Ned. Roses for sale. Why am I running again? Don't know. Sorry.
Shield flag! Wait for it!
Nope, because this is where I'm going. Okay, where was this? Here, maybe? Okay. There were two of them there, weren't there? Fine. I hate it when they do that. Go someplace and then they disappear. Silly. Well, I'll have to take their word for it. Never been. And it certainly is old London, I guess. Oldish London? Because London's pretty damn old. Yes. No. Is it still here or did it move? There it is. Perfect. Very Victorian London. Mostly dead, I don't know. No. That's so sad.
The leader of the Rooks is in the vicinity!
And now you're dead. What I wanted to do.
We'll get you! There she is!
This helps if I can remember which button is the drop button. And I don't always. There's another crate. Thank you. Now, you can't carry them, or you can't jump down with these things, but you can throw them in the ground. I don't get it, but, you know, whatever. Video game logic. Sabotaged all the contraband. Okay. So we can get me far enough. Where's another one? There. Sorry there, you, but you're going the wrong direction. This water can't be healthy. with your tail. Bop, bop, bop. Well, you're going the right direction. At least for now. Maybe just didn't want to stay on you. You are still really going in the right direction, aren't you? And jump! Jump, Evie! Damn it! Smuggler's boat. Another one down. And toss it. Oh, that works too.
This is what it's all about. See that woman there? She should see it.
Oh, well.
Intruder! She's right there! Jesus!
She's an intruder!
Yeah, they keep telling me the same thing. Okay, let's see what's on the train now for trophies. Oh, mm.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
Good day, Miss Fry.
Okay, let's go get some supplies.
Gracious, good
Fill all. Okay, I know I've got all these. What do I have here? Where's the odds? Different marks, all comrades.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
It's a difficult world, I find. So much injustice.
Right in the town.
Dressed to the nines, are we?
Stuff it. That one's done. That one's not. A closer look. Crucifix, pocket watch, red rose. Tokens of 3 key Templars we removed from the London boroughs. Interesting, to say the least, the very least. Ooh, got a train. Train's coming in. Train's coming in. Gonna rob the train. Not this train. This train. Treasures, huh?
Intruder! She's right there!
Where is the other one? Oh, right there. Okay. I escaped the train. So let's go back and hijack that other carriage. Let's go back to where they were, because I think I missed some stuff there. No, I should really think about going to bed. I don't want to go to bed. Stuff to do tomorrow. Okay. All the way across. And down. Okay. There's A to B race. And triathlon ick. Somewhere in here, I know. Yum.
You're looking so tough now, are ya?
Okay. I will if I have to. Might have been. I wasn't really paying that much attention. Maybe?
He's my son too. Get out of it! This is my...
I think it was that one. familiar. Okay. Let's see, where's the other carrot? Heist. Cargo hijack. That way, huh? Okay. Down we go. And there we go.
How are you there, Evie?
I'm just fine, thank you very much. Up we go. Let's get rid of some of these snipers that are going to be annoying me. Okay. Okay, one more over there. And there we go. Oh no, I went off the track. Went off the track. Have the cargo. And cargo will travel. Sorry. Didn't see me.
Easy now.
And got it. Okay. Oh, for that schematic, which I don't necessarily need, but how much do I want to get it? Oh, excuse me. I'll go back up here, get the chest. And then maybe we will finish up the Conqueror. Okay, kitties. Too far away. Run, run, run. supplies. Can't remember. Nope, I'm good.
Nothing to your liking.
I'm good. You warned me, didn't you? Yes.
You'll be the death of us all!
Okay. Nice church. And where are we going? Okay, let's go up the stairs. Nope.
You're trespassing!
Yeah, well. Not the first time. Won't be the last.
Only there was a...
What's all the ruckus?
Now what to do, what to do. Let's go see that. Last gang stronghold. Okay, let's go do it. Burn the full heist plans. Kill the leader and detected. Okay. So what do we have here? Let's see what we got around here. It's a big area. Well. Up we go.
We bow our heads for our fallen brothers and sisters, and this fight is far from over. We will crush those rooks under our feet and march our way back to city-wide domination.
No, not really.
We need to show the other boroughs what it means to be a true blighter. We must take out those rooks and make them sorry they ever crossed us.
Okay. Burn the plans. Let's burn the plans.
Some woman!
Okay, that's that side.
But this fight is far from over.
No. Don't want to go in the building, I want to go on the building, I think.
We need to show the other boroughs what it means to be a true blighter. We must take out those rooks and make them sorry they ever crossed us.
I'll gut you like a fish! There you are!
If only you had gone under the barrels, it would have made my life so much easier. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Maybe. Kill some of these sides. On the side. Okay. Come a little bit closer. Come closer, come closer. Heh.
Right, just stop. I don't want any more of this. Don't make it any worse. Just please stop. All right. I surrender. Sorry I got in your way. Please let me go. Stop, I'm begging you. Just no more.
Something's up. Let's find out.
Stop. I don't want any more of this.
Blimey!
Don't make it any worse.
Please, don't do it!
Well, you know, you're there. Oh, right there in front of my eyes. And up we go.
It's been a murder!
Kill the last 4.
This is gonna hurt.
let them do my dirty work for me. It works. Not very sportsmanlike for me, but...
What you did? Those were my onions. You utter fucker my onions. Thought you were still my fucking herbaceous perennials again. You hear me?
And you're dead. I know it's not very sporting, but... Okay. Got it. Yep, getting more available. Let me get the collectibles that are in this.
There's a killer on the
area.
loose.
That was me, a twat.
A stick!
Someone's up to no good. Over there.
No.
The absolute nerd.
Off the street. Okay. Another chest in the area. And 2 helix points, which will put me... I think that'll do all the helix points. Oh, come on, how can I miss that? All the way up, Evie. All the way up on the roof. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the glitch is cleared. Do I have any more? No, surprisingly. What can I craft here? Can't I craft that one yet? What do I need? Uber something blade. Figures.
You know that sounds like. You made an assessment.
Illustration's cleared. Now, let's see. Let's go there and beat up some gang members.
How you doing, Evie? Nice to see you.
Hello, kidlet.
Hurry the rooks. We've got a battle to win. All right, this time.
Okay, let's kill a bunch of people. And then let's go to bed. So I can go and do some stuff tomorrow.
I always knew the Rooks were strong, but I didn't think you stood a chance against the Bludger. There isn't much standing in your way now.
Okay.
This borough is ours for the taking.
How many do I have to kill?
Westminster is ours for the taking.
No, if you've got to go take bombs, you think she'd supply her own people with the right sort of shoes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Evie and Jacob Fry. And as of this moment, you all work for us.
Okay. Races. So, 14 chests, 3 yellow chests, which are all here. 1 flower, which I have no idea where it is, and 5 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the letters are there. Okay. Well, let's do Jacob's mission. Do the races tomorrow.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
And buy some supplies.
Scotland? What on earth would have known?
Refill. Yep.
Fine evening, Miss Evie.
Bloody gang armbands. To commemorate the brave brothers and sisters lost in the expansion of the gang, may their sacrifice never be forgotten.
You are looking quite smart today, Evie.
Yeah.
Seems a letter has come for Jacob.
I've been distracted by these ancient...
Henry's in a foul mood. Love a spat?
Nope. That one's done. She can't wear them in public. Okay. Driving Mrs. Disraeli. There's such wits with these titles. Such wits with these titles. And where are we? The Parliament, huh?
Just...
What the hell are you doing?
Robbing your carriage? What does it look like I'm doing?
Go on.
And there we go. And now we'll switch over to Jacob. Because, you know, that's what happens.
Madam?
Mr. Fry.
Ready to take the air? Devil's Acre should just be coming alive.
I'm afraid I must cancel our engagement. The lawn is crawling with scandal-hunting journalists, and I simply cannot be seen in the company of someone so...
I'll see them off. You follow along when it's clear.
Yes, yes. Be gentle, won't you? The press are notoriously touchy about any violence to their person.
Ha 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 ha. I'll barely ruffle a hair on their heads.
Shh, Desmond.
Distract the reporters with the nearby paper girl? How the hell? What paper girl? I don't see any nearby paper girl. Oh, that paper girl, maybe.
That's yours, if you can get those chaps over there to follow me.
Right you are, sir. Blimey! Look! It's Squire Bancroft!
Best lead them astray before they tear me to shreds.
Mr. Bancroft! What's coming up next for the Prince of Wales?
Have you been performing Mr. Robertson's new work?
Where can I escape the journalist from? Oh, that wasn't too
Neatly done,
difficult.
young man. Dizzy ought to keep you on to deal with the liberals.
Okay, drive to the Devil's Acre. Which is never fun.
Steady on.
Since I don't drive
In
very
the
well.
cart, it's the Prime Minister's wife.
I really must not be seen here, Mr. Fry.
That's the way. Doing
Okay.
fine.
It's a little bit foggy out this night, isn't it?
Keep moving.
Oh, look. The tree I broke.
Let's go. Walk on, girl.
Let's go to the bad end of Westminster.
That's a girl.
Which is remarkably close to the good end of Westminster.
Easy now. Doing fine, girl.
Did not get detected.
Hope he's not up to any mischief.
What a rough place. Give me your arm, Mr. Frag. Let us see what the Devil's Acre has to offer.
Oh, this way, huh? Nice horse.
Is your dog quite all right?
Oh, Desmond's fine. He's just not over fond of strangers. Or cats.
Do you think he's mad?
Do you know this gentleman is a... Oh, what was it? Yes, a costermonger. Of all things. Remarkable how the working classes occupy themselves, isn't it?
Very industrious, I'm sure. Shall we go?
Is he having a laugh? What are you hoping to achieve, my good man? I wonder if he understands that he remains visible.
Uh-huh. And there we go. At least when you're escorting her, you're actually escorting her.
And so the vicar says, "Your pardon, Bishop, I thought that was the Eucharist."
I'm so sorry. I have no earthly idea what you're talking about.
Mrs. Disraeli?
There's been a murder. Hands up! We are an intrusion!
What's he up to, I wonder?
He looks like a bloody idiot to me.
Well, fuck it.
Rascal! Gallantly done, Mr. Fry. Shall we press on?
Sure. Well, you know.
Oh, Mr. Fry, look at those two.
Yes, they seem to be,
I've been married twice, Mr. Fry. I'm fully aware of what they're doing. God bless them. What sort of meat is that man selling?
Best not to ask.
Why? Is it something dreadful? Is it rat?
I don't mean to be indelicate, given the present company, but another name for it is Bow Wow Mutton. Here we are, the old one.
So this is a pint, is it? Remarkable.
Nice doggy.
Come on, there's that silly little dog.
Shut up, dog!
Good boy, Desmond. Hand over the mutt.
You'll change your tune when me and my friends find you.
Now then, Desmond, to get you back to your mistress, whom I've just left entirely unattended in one of London's most dangerous pubs.
Well, if you never told your father how you felt about him, how was he supposed to know?
I never thought of it that way. I suppose deep down we all just want to be loved.
Just so. Here, have a sweetie. Oh, Desmond and Mr. Fry, I'd like you to meet... Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
John the Tosser.
Charmed. I think we better get you home.
Right you are, Mr. Fry. Come along, Desmond.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the dog walker.
Now, let's not do something we'll regret.
Why do you become anonymous?
Well, I must thank you for a most energetic and enlightening evening, Mr. Fry.
No, thank you, madam. Perhaps now you might tell me about the man in the hussar's uniform.
Quite right. Lord Cardigan is the gentleman you seek. Tiresome man. Always blathering on about his military adventures.
Do you know where I might find him for a private conversation?
I do indeed. He's in town now, as it happens, campaigning against the Corrupt Practices Bill. Perhaps you could catch him in the Palace of Westminster.
Let's go.
Do be careful. The government could ill afford another scandal.
I assure you, I'll be very discreet.
Oh, he doesn't know the meaning of the word discreet.
That's a girl. Keep moving. Steady on. Your stop, madam.
My stop. How delightful. Thank you. Thank you for a splendid evening, Mr. Fry. I shall be sure to speak highly of you to Dizzy. Oh, yes.
I tried. Iron Death. Gangor. When her upper crust parents noticed young Lila's inclination towards violence and foul language, they did everything they could to raise their daughter properly. Naturally, this pushed the young woman to rebel even further, and Lila, now orphaned, lives off her parents' fortune in Westminster. In recent years, she has garnered a fearsome reputation as both a heavyweight boxing champion and a cruel and calculating criminal. And she's dead. Lord Cardigan. Who is Lord Cardigan? 1797. Lieutenant General James Thomas Brundell, 7th Earl of Cardigan, stands as a shining example of British aristocracy circa the first half of the 19th century, which is to say he was a pompous, blustery git who never met a failure he couldn't buy his way out of, and liked to play at soldiers with very large guns and actual human lives, or, as he might have called them, peasants. He grew up in Buckinghamshire in the lap of luxury, as his father inherited the earldom of Cardigan when young James was only 14. Despite being educated at some of the finest schools in England, he never earned a degree. I can't find any record of when he joined the Templars, presumably because when you're born this rich and connected, the doctor removes the silver spoon from your gob, slaps you on the arse, and hands you a cross-patee ring and sends you on your way. In 1818, he became Member of Parliament for Marlborough, a small region in Wiltshire regrettably lacking in grizzled, smoking cowboys, though if you're ever there, try a pint of Henry's at the Lamb. Ask for Jackie. This was convenient as his cousin owned the borough. Not that that stopped him from buggering off on a grand tour of Europe before taking a seat. Mind, after all, one can hardly let us little things like governance or responsibility get in the way of gadding about with Russian noblewomen. When he finally did take a seat, he was an unremarkable parliamentarian, and apparently an unpopular one. During a campaign in 1832, despite having spent some £20,000, £1,660,000 in today's money, he was assaulted and badly beaten in a rally. I suppose that's what happens when you loudly and frequently use phrases like reformist nonsense and preserving the ancient rights of the nobility when winning the hearts and minds of the common folk. Having failed rather remarkably in politics, he turned his attention to the military. Spurred on by his youthful admiration of Wellington's cavalry at Waterloo, and I suspect a love of all the pretty horsies, he, and I swear I am not making this up, formed his own troop of horse to guard against reformist uprisings in Northamptonshire. When the North Ends menace failed to emerge, he joined the Hussars, where, over the course of a few years, he bought his way up from a lieutenant's rank to a lieutenant general, and commanded the 11th Hussars. Along the way, he accumulated a court-martial for reprehensible conduct, a dismissal from the army by King William himself, and a prosecution for illegal dueling, all of which he managed to have reversed or dismissed, thanks to his family's connections. When he was finally sent off to India to take command of his forces, he spent a year and a half meandering his way to the colony, only to arrive just in time for a bit of tiger shooting before the 11th Hussars, who had been stationed there for several years, had to be before the 11th to be recalled to England. Grammar's not quite right. Lord Cardigan, he had inherited the earldom in 1837, travelled separately aboard a private yacht because, of course, he did. If I didn't think he was such a tit, I'd love him. Despite a long and illustrious career of absolute faffery, Cardigan is most famous for leading the charge of the Light Brigade at the Balaclava. Although initial rumors suggested that he absented himself from the battle altogether, it seems he did in fact lead the charge, and, from the front, no less. Whatever his faults, he certainly possessed that breed of personal courage that comes from a certainty that the world would never dare lay a hand on you. Mind you, he apparently never bothered to look back to see that his men were being slaughtered, and upon realizing that the battle was lost, he retired to his private yacht for a champagne dinner. So it's not as though he was seized by the spirit of gallantry. After the war, Cardigan returned to England, where he spent his retirement vigorously campaigning against reform and for his own recognition as a hero of the Crimea. In his very slight defense, he did contribute a great deal of money to the many veterans' charities, and toward the end of his life he campaigned in favor of the Reform Act of 1867, but since that law served chiefly to bring the House of Commons under the dominance of the upper classes, that strikes me as more as a Templar machinations than any sort of change of heart. But at least from him we get the cardigan sweater, beloved of hipsters and children's TV presenters the world over. Oh, it's the other database entry. Belts, hello. Belts. I have a new belt. No, I have an old belt. Any new outfits? No. Can I craft gear? Craft it. I'm not going to use it. What other people did I meet? Other people. Catherine Gladstone. 1812. Standing beside her husband, Catherine Gladstone's life was not quite as public. Her father having died when she was only 3, Catherine and her siblings, Mary and Stephen, were raised by their mother. Catherine and Mary grew to be extremely close, getting married on the same day at the same venue, and Catherine acting like a mother to her children when Mary passed away in 1857. Catherine met William Ewart Gladstone through her brother in 1834, and the two great people, as Mary called the couple, married in 1839. The couple were together for 59 years before Gladstone's death in 1898 and had 8 children together. Though notoriously untidy, Catherine was a brilliant woman who devoted her life to improving the lives of others. Picture safe sale in Paris. Nope. Let's put the new... So. Blackguard's outfit. Well, we'll do that tomorrow because it's late and I want to go to bed.